First, I want to congratulate Cohort 9 and 13. I know I may not know each of your stories or journeys to get here, and vice versa, but we are here. So that is something to be extremely proud of. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the wonderful staff, administrators, and board members past and present who have educated us and supported us along the way. Next, I want to shout out the parents, guardians, aunties, uncles, siblings, friends, grandparents, and whoever else is the support system to the scholars in this room today. I want to briefly talk about how we all overcame a global pandemic. Some of us lost loved ones. For my cohort 9, we had the unique experience of graduating high school in 2020. Most of us had virtual ceremonies. We were robbed of our proms, yearbook signings, graduations in person, freshman year college experiences, and so much more. I cannot speak for everyone, but I remember crying so much because I had to graduate in my living room. My family can attest to that. So as I was writing this speech, I kept on thinking, what am I going to say to a class of people who lost so much during the pandemic, some of which completely changed the trajectories of our lives? And then it hit me. Shawndia, just acknowledge it and move on quickly. I cannot tell you how to feel about it because truthfully, I was no example to anyone 4 years ago. I held so much hurt and resentment towards my high school for not having an in-person graduation. But fast forward 4 years, I currently stand at another type of ceremony, giving a speech to a room full of those same high school graduates that had to graduate online. Now, as for the move on quick part, COVID-19 will forever be an unforgettable period in our lives, but it was not the defining one. Now, COVID-19 will not be taking any more time from us, so let's just move on quickly. Now, we are all here today because of the distinctive experience of being in a program like HYS. When my sister started HYS, I used to tease her about how she had to go to school in the summer. Little did I know that I would be experiencing the same thing in just a few years. As a child, going to HYS to do more schooling on top of regular schooling seemed like such a chore, and I was not thrilled about it. But as a grown woman, I can stand here and say that if it wasn't for the guidance of HYS, a lot of my opportunities would not have reached me in the same manner. I would not have attended and graduated Watkinson School on a full scholarship. I would not have attended and graduated CCSU honors program magna cum laude. I would not have interned for the Division of Criminal Justice my junior year of college and Shipman and Goodwin Law Firm my senior year of college through the Lawyers Collaborative for Diversity program if it was not for HYS. I say all of this not with the intention of bragging about myself, although I am all that. But to brag about HYS's impact on children from the greater Hartford community and surrounding areas. The support, encouragement, wisdom, and love that HYS poured into myself, my sister, my friends are clearly reflected in our accomplishments. My best friend, Ashley Reed, hey girl, I'm putting you on the spot, graduated from Northeastern University with honors and has had a plethora of internships under her belt, from working at law firms as a services assistant to working as an associate banker and so much more. I'm proud of you, girl. My sister Chanel graduated from the University of Pennsylvania Carey Law School this year. And as I look into the crowd, I know there are so many other great stories out there that I have just not had the pleasure to hear yet. But I do know a universal truth of every scholar in this room. We all started right here with each other. We were all handpicked, and I need everyone to understand the gravity of that. This is one of the most rigorous programs I have ever had the privilege to be a part of. To be handpicked, just know that they saw something in us, something that told them we are deserving of our spot in this program. So now I want to specifically just address both cohorts. If you do not remember anything from my speech tonight, please remember this. Come back, come back, come back. I do not care how far you go or for however long you are gone for, as long as you come back. You have to pour into the same people and community that poured into you. This program used to be called Stepping Stones, which reflected the fact that this program lays the foundation for you to be successful and step into your greatness. You cannot get to where you are going without remembering where you came from. And this simply does not mean just write a check, although I'm sure that'll work, right, Mr. Byers? Yeah? Okay. But it means to be active in the program. Come to orientation and help hand out backpacks and t-shirts. Go to academy during the summer and talk to the current cohorts during their break time outside and just encourage them. In fact, I hear there is still one alumni speaker date available next Wednesday morning where you can speak with younger scholars during community time. Just go see Ms. Rodriguez later this evening. Let them know and see where they could be in a few years if they stay in the program. I know the majority of us in my cohort lost touch with each other, but do not lose touch with HYS. We are very fortunate because we have a home to always go back to in Connecticut, and that home is here. Lastly, I cannot end this speech without giving gratitude to the people in my life who made this all possible. To my mom and my dad, thank you for placing me in HYS, even though some of the classes met on Saturdays, which conflicts with our fate, as we are Seventh-day Adventists. But you two both understood the importance of this opportunity and overall the power of having a great education. So I thank you. To my sister, Chanel. To my sisters, Chanel and Shawnette, thank you for being supportive of me and my decisions and for forging a path for me to succeed. Love you guys. Finally, thank you to God, and it is my hope and prayer that HYS remains active for the years and years to come and continues to flourish. Congratulations to cohort 9 and 13. We did it, Joe.